islands, I couldn't tell, but something happened on the Tripod Trail. Giants and dragons are corrupting us all. If we didn't get help, we will all go to hell. Did you hear the news out of Wayback Cave? A big holder tried to make us their slaves. My player's trying to control our brains. I just woke up and the village was razed. We need the stronghold to protect us for the night. We need the stronghold to help us with this fight. We need the stronghold. We need the stronghold to go searching through the game. We need the stronghold. We need the stronghold. It's been a week since we saw day. A mighty group of adventurers. They're average as hell, but they may be mad enough to get us through this spell. When they are together, they are the stronghold. We are the stronghold. We're here to show you the way. We are the stronghold. We might just have to save the day. We're just a group of heroes, yeah. We're big and we're small. We may not be the best in town, but we answered the call. But we are together. We are the stronghold.
Oh, wow, you jumped 3 levels. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the epilogue, the third epilogue that we have done for the Strongholds. We got 988 still up. We're going to continue to be charitable towards suicide awareness, mental health awareness, where 988 is a crisis hotline. If you're having a blue day, you don't have to even have the worst day. You can dial text 988 and you will reach a specialized counselor. And I promise, if you reach out in one of those dark moments, it will truly help. Thanks everybody for being here. About 1, 2, 3 of us are heading to GaryCon next week. Some are going to Jamaica. Some are going to another island that's a lot colder and wetter in March. But enjoy that island vacation, the staycation of England. Pete. We're going to be, hosting a Thursday morning session and a Friday morning session for Stronghold D&D at GaryCon. We'll be at several other events. I think we're gonna help Lord Gazumba out with some stuff as well. But if you guys see us and we're out there, just come hang out at the table. Like, there's no, you know what I mean? Like, pull up a chair, throw some dice, have some fun with us as we murder people in the Underdark. But other than that, over to you guys. / Pete.
Right, I won't be doing this slightly differently this time. Tim, you're doing the recap.
Oh my god! Yeah,
you got to do some talking today because you're not here. So yes, you can do some talking.
The frozen throne of the Palace of Justice, the Dread Lord Tim, who is now an icicle meat puppet of Pete and the Ring of Winter. So what had happened was we have a lot of backstories. And this is Tim's take to this. We have a lot of backstories here. We're supposed to be looking for Bardusha, something like that, 10% truth, Zora's mom. We handled a lot of the traveling circus with Pleep. Bork, yeah, Bork's a robot, so not a lot of backstory there. You can just hit reset and we're good to go. And he's like, yay, my life is great. Just reset. Moriana, you had your backstory is you're from the maps on the Morrowwood, some of the Moonwood in the north, something like yeah. A lot of cold things happen to you there. But we all came together. Sir Tim being part of the Alagondar family, and he only discovered that kind of in the end. We'll get there. We're fighting storm giants for a long time. We're trying to restore the Ordning. As we got close to that, we went to this little town called Waterdeep, where Tim just happens to roll a fantastic wisdom check, and Gary / Noynek is somehow got some problems in his backstory. And I'm like, hey, dog, what's wrong with your backstory? And as I say that, we see a fire in our town, which was my house, that we turned into a baby orphanage and a police station. that Pete, all the orphans, all the police, they're all out on their keister. And I'm like, hey, Noynek, what's wrong? And he's like, yeah, I got this brother. There may be a beholder watching us for a long time. Keep rewinding. Moriana just left the party. So we're like, we need to solve this side quest / real quest, or our characters are going to start getting killed. Well, on this side quest / real quest, we go up to the top of this mountain looking for this thing called the Ring of Winter. Because we're learning that if the Ring of Winter comes together, it turns into this powerful artifact. Well, also, Noynek's being followed by a beholder, and we don't want Moriana to get killed. We gotta patch this up. So we're in this place, completely railroaded. We're in this place. We go up to the top of this mountain. I use the subliminal man from Saturday Night Live. We're having a great time. We're in this cave. We kill the beholder, piece of cake. There's a hole in the back of the wall. We go in there, and there's an Afridi who apparently wants to put the ring together. The ring starts forming. Zora goes, no, grabs the ring. What does the sweet, nice bean do? He goes, I'm going to help too. Totally snatches the ring. And Pete's like, roll a charisma check, Constitution. And I rolled a 1. And, he gives me the super powerful ring. Everything's fantastic. I hammed it up a little bit. And apparently I was like completely being used by this ring for a couple weeks because Lenathan needed to die in this vacuum of power. So this ring is like, oh yeah, tight, cool. Go up and kill Lenathan. We go across the Anarok Desert. We fight an ancient blue dragon. Piece of cake, because Zora gets enlarged. I want to use the right words here. Becomes Super Zora.
Gigantic.
600 damage, we calculated, in 3 rounds. It's a new world record. Beat the Connor record of 2016 or whenever we started. We kill Lenathan. Everything's fantastic. We go for a high five. I just want to throw out one, like, I love me. Soaking up that 90 damage was my pro gamer move. Like, that was the happiest way to die ever. So I did big shield thing, soak up damage. A frozen lightning bolt hits Sir Tim in the head. And then I become some sort of evil popsicle. And the evil popsicle, a Vatrix in the last weekend's campaign gets almost killed. Her Vatrix feels the call. I added this, which is she's an ancient white dragon, feels the call of winter, and basically comes to the Ring of Winter, dies-ish, and forms into a ancient blue dragon, ancient white dragon, popsicle lich dragon that Sir Timothy's on, and it just flies off. And everybody at the end of the session goes, I don't even want this loot, and just starts walking across the desert towards. I think there was a pair of goggles of night, a health potion, $50, and and that's where we're at right now with the most devastating closure we've had in forever.
No,
I think we all sat off camera
you did get back to Waterdeep. You did.
We did. What did you earn?
The Lords.
Do I get inspiration?
No.
That is the Dreadlord.
Actually, yeah, the Dreadlord can have it if you want.
You're so mean. He's still not done with us,
Of course
guys.
you would.
Someone call Sharon. Like, Sharon, call the internet.
Remember, you got back to Waterdeep. There was some celebrations. Obviously, they were slightly muted, but the Lords of Waterdeep are there, and they've told you that their resources are at your disposal, depending on what you want to do about Sir Timothy. So, just going to set a scene, just so you know what's happening, and then we can have a discussion. So, the warm evening light casts long shadows across the courtyard of House Alagarndo. Noynek and Revengers sit in grim silence around a stone table. Tomes, scrolls scattered before them, as they've been trying to pull as much information together as what they can. The victory celebrations ended a couple of days ago, replaced by a heavy cloud. The ordning has been restored. Farun has been saved, but At what cost? Suddenly there is a sound of, well, it's an unknown sound that you've not heard before coming from the courtyard of House Alejandro. As you leave, you jump to your feet, grab weapons, enter the courtyard ready for anything. Suddenly, the ancient oak at the edge of the courtyard shudders. His bark splinters, peels back, and a figure emerges from within. Moriana, her normally serene elven features twisted with concern, steps out of the tree. Twigs, leaves cling to her silvery hair, and her eyes flash with an intensity that silences even the birds in the garden. She scans the group, her gaze moving from face to face, searching. The silence stretches uncomfortably as a realization dawns in her eyes. Where is my husband?
I've seen this look in real life. She doesn't want it.
So as Moriana is there, obviously word had been sent to her to say that this had happened. She has now arrived as fast as she could. Looks like she's been busy earning the experience points up north. She now has the lovely elven abilities called Tree Stride, so she's able to sort of stride between trees and move around. However, what do you guys want to say or do now that you're together? Apart from Tim, you're not allowed to do anything. Tim, you're quite. So Morana's arrived.
An NPC bartender.
You can be an NPC bartender. Yeah, great.
There you go.
And so she's asked, "Where is my husband?"
Well, so what happened was, how do you feel about the cold?
How do I feel about the cold?
Yeah,
I'm from
I
the cold.
mean, okay, so it may not be the worst thing ever. But you know what? Before we go any further, I'm going to turn it over to our fearless leader, Noynek, to explain what happened.
Well, wow.
Okay.
Good.
What's going on?
Hey, look, a bus.
Everyone steps back. Noynek's on his own.
What?
Everybody,
Leader.
we need a
Leader lead.
volunteer. Oh, Noynek. Oh.
Well, he kind of saved us by taking the Ring of Winter onto himself. But unbeknownst to us, it kind of took over him, and then he kicked our ass. So
He almost
turned
killed
into-
Noynek.
What was that? I missed it.
He almost killed you.
Against you guys?
He turned on us. Yeah, the Ring of Winter took him over, and he's now possessed by this ancient relic. I tried to reach him telepathically, and he basically murdered me and threw me in the dirt.
Oh my goodness.
So we kind of needed to go find him.
Sir Tim.
Where was the
Sir
last
Tim.
time you saw him?
He met Tyr's justice.
Oh. We'll see about that. Where did you last see him?
In the Anorak Desert.
At the.
In the desert, but you just said he was.
He said he
cold.
was going to. Where did he say? Neverwinter. Yeah, he said he was going to Neverwinter, and that we should train up and try to come and get him. He's pretty confident.
How do I know he won't do the same thing to me that he did to you?
Oh, he will.
Because he loves you. He just kind of likes us.
The thing is, well, the truth is we don't. But we can't. We don't want to defeat him, or we don't want to hurt him. But we want to free him of this ring and this evil. And I think we believe that the power, the bond that you have and you share, would be able to break that spell. Because
I think he
we
likes
can't.
him more than he likes us.
Just a little bit.
For here.
I hope so. I would hope
Yeah.
that the ceremony meant something to him. Okay. Well, did you guys plan on going to Neverwinter?
I mean, I think we
That's
have
the
to.
plan.
All right, let's go.
Oh,
All right.
okay, easy.
Ready to go. Cool.
Just
mean-
to say, guys, you're all supposed to be level 13, by the way.
Oh.
Just to say, just
I didn't realize we were actually playing Dungeons and Dragons today.
no, I'm just saying. Just,
Yeah,
yeah,
just-
it's 13, just
I'm
make
with,
sure.
I'm with you. Surprise!
Uh,
All right, well, I guess.
As you are there, one of the Lyriel arrives, and she looks over to Moriana, runs up, gives her a big cuddle, and says, "I heard it. I sensed that you had arrived, and yeah, it's not the best news. However, the resources of the Lords and Waterdeep are at the Noynek and the Revengers' disposal. We just need guidance of what you guys want us to do. What options do you think we have? The Ring of Winter is a bit of a blur. It's not. We thought that artifact had been destroyed years ago. For it to resurface now doesn't bode well. But you are the heroes. What do you wish us to do? Give us some guidance. Give us some direction, and we can at least use our knowledge. But to be honest,
Well, I don't want anybody else to get hurt. If Noynek says that he was attacked, I feel like I might be the only one who'd be able to change anything anyways. If you give me the resources, I'll fly there immediately and see if there's anything I can do to help.
she says, it's very noble and brave of you. If that is your wish, we can find some way of doing this, but the choice is yours. Obviously, we're just advisors to the party. Now, be honest, saving the ordning, you are now on the level of the heroes of Stronghold, heroes of legend. You are now that party. What if that's what you wish? We can find some way of getting you there now.
We can't leave the job half-assed. We created a mess with cleaning up a mess, and
Yeah, we can't be half-assed. We gotta be full ass.
right.
Yes.
Not to
All
mention our
ass.
friend is being held captive. We're not going to leave him there.
Absolutely not.
I appreciate your support, but I don't feel like I can wait. I feel like I'm more than happy to have you guys come, but I'd like to set off like immediately.
I'm ready.
over to you.
Let's go.
Well,
Let's move.
we made a really good team.
I don't know.
He
I
says.
feel like that's what Moriel would do.
Yeah, I think that's what we're hoping.
Bam, giant eagle. She's flying.
You just turn into a
Let's
giant
fly. Bork, get on.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't plan on.
Yeah.
If we're talking through this, that's what Moriana would
Yeah.
do.
So
You don't have to play, but
just make sure. No, just to make sure. So your at the moment is obviously Moriana is saying she wants to go straight away and save Sir Timothy, which is quite a understandable thing to do as a wife. And
I don't think
Is
we
that-
can save Sir Timothy, though.
I'd rather die trying than live.
I
not
have to
trying.
see that with my own eyes. I can't just leave that without seeing it myself.
okay, we'll go around so everyone gets a voice, and because it's a 5-person decision. Well, Moriana's going to go on her own if she has to. That's not a problem, but depends on who wants to go with her. So obviously, we'll start with Moriana. Your view. Let me make sure I get this right. Your view is you want to get in there, see what Sir Timothy's become in your own eyes, just so you can hopefully appeal to his and sort of overcome the control of the ring and see what happens.
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bork, obviously, from your impression is you're pretty sure that you can't fight Sir Timothy or beat Sir Timothy without hurting, or bite the Ice Lord without hurting Sir Timothy.
Also that.
Gary is, we're not leaving this half done. We're just going to go and save him.
Yeah.
Is
I mean,
Noynek's.
the only reason I quit last time was because I was dead. So
Yeah,
I'm ready for round two.
That is true.
that's a
He is
fair
on-
thing to
he
do.
is on message.
That's fair. Zora, what's your view?
The hardest thing that I have done in my entire life is I realized that if we kept fighting the Dreadlord, that we would all die, and if we all died, it wouldn't help anyone. And I broke my own heart disengaging, knowing that I was leaving Sir Tim and Noynek behind, and I can't do that again. But I know that the bonds of friendship that we have and the love that he has for Moriana is enough that I think if we go now, I think we can bring our friend back. I want my brother back.
And Pleep.
The bartenders of you. He doesn't know that he's Sir Tim's brother. This is Jim. You know what I mean? He's just been living in this
Jim.
town for a while.
His guy,
sounds like a
Jim.
great guy.
Yeah, I never had a doubt that we would all band together again and try to save him. I knew we would have to leave and gather our strength and gather the resources that we could to help free Tim. I knew we wouldn't ever give up on him. He wouldn't give up on us, so we definitely won't give up on him. So I'm ready.
Out of the people so far, we've got 3 people that at this exact point want to just down tools, whatever they're doing, and go save Tim. Or die trying.
I mean, maybe pick up some help on the way.
Okay.
We could
sorry.
freaking what's his name? Not Harshnag.
Zephyros.
King. No, not Zephyros. Him too. But yeah, we just saved
King Hecaton. King Hecaton.
Yeah, like he kind of owes us a favor.
I
and
think
he's
so.
Pretty strong.
Yeah. So that's one thing.
He's got like an army of giants.
So that's what I want to know. What I'm trying to figure out here is, do you guys want to literally tools down, walk out of this house now, march across to Neverwinter, knock, come here, Tim, we're leaving with you? Or are you coming up with another way of doing that? What's your view? What do you guys want to do? Because obviously I'm not taking any initiative away from you guys. If that's what you want to do, I will run it.
I probably should learn more about it, like how. So this ring, of course, has to have come about before, right? Somebody has to have worn it. Somebody has to have been taking somebody's control over. That means somebody had to have destroyed it or removed it. How has that happened in the past?
Well, that was Artist Kimber.
Artist Kimber, right?
Or he was, he was trying to find it.
His son, right?
Yeah,
they were.
Starts with the S. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Sirlac?
Artist Kimber was trying to find it. Sirlac was his son that took on that task after him. Obviously, they were completely unsuccessful because Tim's got it. They were looking for it. So
Didn't Zephyros tell us some information about it that it's emerged every time it's emerged that chaos and destruction follows right behind it?
Yep.
So maybe he has some more information about how that's been solved before in the
Yep.
past.
That's a good start.
and that's what I want to find out.
Said Noynek's all about jumping in the tree and heading straight there, but Noynek's also not smart. So
Yeah, this is logically like I mean I'm ready to help. I'm not like ready to like go now and jump, and get destroyed again.
Pretty damn powerful later on.
Okay, so Pleeps put the suggestion through that as a team we find allies, we find some research, we find information, we find out whatever we can about what happened to the artifact before. Maybe that can enlighten us in some way of what we can do to save Sir Timothy. Is that something that as a group you guys want to do, or you still want to sort of go and fix it straight away?
I mean, I think a little bit of knowledge would be good.
I mean, obviously, if we just go right back the way we started, we're just going to get killed again. But Noynek's an emotional thinker, not a logical thinker. So he's all about just going for it.
Your choices. What do you guys want to do? So, a show of hands, who's after? Obviously, we're not saying years. We're not. That's definitely. This is just literally for a period of time. Do some research, do some stuff, call some assistance from allies and all those sort of things. And obviously, you guys can come up with those sort of names and what you want to look for. Or do you guys want to attempt to? There's 5 of you now. We got Moriano. She's got a druid. She can do shit. Do you guys want to literally go Rambo styley straight into the Neverwinter and pull Tim out kicking and screaming? Both are valid options.
Except for the term Rambo that was added to it. That's
I don't know about Rambo. Yeah.
Rambo survived. Rambo survives every single thing he does. So
Collateral damage.
So we'll go around the table and we'll figure out what to do.
We have my answer already. You know what I want to do. Let's seek knowledge.
I think he froze.
What if?
Yeah, he froze.
He looks so
Who did?
pensive.
Oh,
There you go, sorry.
My connection froze for a bit there. Sorry. So, if you guys wanted to find more information out, or this is where you got to look at, is any elements of research you want to do. You guys are the brains of the operations. Even you, Noynek, you're still the brains. You're the boss man.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything you think you can leverage? Anything you think you can find out about? Any ally or any knowledge or anything you're looking for that could potentially help you in this fight? If so, bring it together in the table. We can go through the 5 of you and decide what you want to do. Look, if you can't figure out anything in the next, say, couple of hours, just down tools and go Rambo.
So there's
I'll
got to
go-
be some kind of archives on the Ring of Winter. It's not a new item. So somebody's had to have defeated it in the past, and maybe there's some information on how to defeat it.
Okay, and
We
who do you?
did a fair amount of research on it before we found it, and I mean, we didn't find a ton, but we also have
Yeah,
learned
I
a lot since then. And maybe if we ask the right questions, we might have better
Right.
luck.
We were more trying to find it than we were trying to know about it.
Right.
So on that note, then, if you guys are looking, one aspect can definitely be research more on the artifact of versions of that. Who, where, and what? How do you think you could address that? Because you've met lots of people in your travels and seen lots of things and done lots of favors and lots of things you need to do. I think now is the time that you call in markers, call in options and so that, so we can sort of go, what can we do to rescue, or what can we do first of all to find out about the artifact?
Oh.
So does anyone have any ideas of people, of things that's happened in the past 18 months it's been, of various
Yetis.
things?
Yetis.
Yetis.
Yeah, favors for some Yetis.
I
Yep.
think the Harpers
Why can't
could be a
I?
good asset.
I want to play Dungeons and Dragons right now. I know stuff.
The people of Bryn Shandar, because we were finding info about their obelix. Zephyrost, because he'd probably help get us there a little bit quicker.
Gary, you're gonna get some weird insight on your.
Dufessa Shane, who is the speaker / mayor from where we found those Yetis, because we helped kind of quell that.
Then we
Okay.
have Joran Riverbend, druid.
If we go down the first one, obviously Harper's, yes, we can find some information out. They are knowledge dealers. Maybe they can find something out, etc. How would you expect the speaker in Bryn Shandar? What would be your expectation of a mayor in Bryn Shandar up there to be able to bring to this?
Would be able to scrounge up a few folks that might be able to join us as we head that direction.
So you're looking at manpower.
A little bit of manpower. Yep.
Okay. You also mentioned Zephyros, the lovely stoner giant.
Yep, he seems like he's probably going to be happy now that the whatchamacallit is fixed. Oh, nope, that was a bad guy. I have 2 years worth of notes, Pete. I want you to know that.
I know. I'm just saying, if there's anything that from what you've done from various things, just to call in markers so we can forward plan. Obviously, it's not going to happen tonight. It's just that we've got somewhere that information that you can get some information.
All right.
Because you guys have done a load of good in the realms. Everyone likes Tim. So you just put the back call out and say Sir Timothy is needed help here, and see who comes. But to do that, you need to approach them. So Elk Tribe.
Yep. So Silas, the spirit guide and mentor for the Elk Tribe, he's the one that led us through our spirit quest or into the spirit world. Seemed to be pleased with the fact that we were kicking butt, and now we've gone about kind of saving the world. So they might be able to throw a little more manpower our way.
Noynek, there was a library that we broke into back in the day to find the Artist Kimber journal. Was that here in Waterdeep?
Yep.
Do we think that maybe that library might have other information about the Ring of Winter?
Worth a check.
So maybe we can go there. I know you're not here.
Tim's like, I want to say stuff.
Is there a bigger repository somewhere nearby of people who would have?
Okay. And who could you, because you're thinking that, who could you ask to find information out about if there is?
Lariel.
What about Volo?
Ooh, there's a name.
Lariel.
What about Sir Garrett in Waterdeep?
We met Volo in Waterdeep back in the day at the White Bolt.
Volo, yeah.
Bolt was where we got healing potions.
I think Sir Garrick probably would have a vested interest in bringing Sir Timothy back.
Okay.
Might be able to have some knowledge and or manpower.
Hi.
Okay.
A roaring horn.
See, I'll say one thing as a DM. I love the fact that you guys have all got these notes and you're going through and you're looking about going back. It does warm my heart.
We also have a ship too that has a captain that ferries people back and forth, and it's
That's
manned.
True. We also could see if we can call in for help from Golden Fields. I know that they're more of a agricultural kind of community, but maybe they got something.
What about the Stronghold party?
Oh, whoops. Oh my, Chris has. Oh, Tim's notes. What do you know?
Okay, you can barely read his handwriting.
In terms of Stronghold, in terms of what's happening at the moment, with a bit of hand waving and times, I would say they're nearly not around at the moment.
Oh, they're down in Baldur's Gate having a parade right now?
Yeah, they're nearly not around. Because otherwise they would have butted their nose in.
All right, what about Sir Dragonoff?
He is part of Stronghold.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
they're about to pop down to keep their Basically, what happened, you see, when this ice thing happened, a lot of the stronghold don't like the cold, so they wanted to go somewhere really warm for a few months.
So they're all in Jamaica.
And then like
Unseasonably warm.
Tygon and Manu decided to get in a fight with a vampire and boot themselves out.
Yeah,
on
lots
a
of
little
on
on a little barbarian adventure.
A little Brobarian adventure.
Oh,
and then split the party in Avernus, because what could possibly go wrong?
Why wouldn't you?
that was a stinker.
Oops.
Okay. So out of the
Look,
ones
I'm up to July of 24, so
yeah, exactly.
we're moving right on.
So out of the stuff that we've discussed, what parts of that stand out the most to see if you can get the most information or the most knowledge or the most help?
The giants
Okay.
The white wheel.
between Zephyros and Hecaton. Feels like there's a lot of leverage there.
Yep.
So Skylar knows about Candlekeep. But I don't think Bork knows about Candlekeep.
Nope. But you did have an idea of who to find out that they may know. Yeah.
And that, yeah. I would think that Lariel would point us in the direction of Candlekeep.
Yep. Okay.
That makes sense.
So you're looking at allies from the giants to get them to call in some favors, because now they've done that. Good idea. Lady Lariel to find out about where to do some research. Another good idea. And the other ones you've got down there are more to do with extra manpower in case you need to do some type of assault on Neverwinter.
Also, like this guy Merrick is a spellcaster that knows about runes and magic to control weather. I had that on there.
Yep, I remember him.
Is he a halfling? A halfling rogue?
Does he have a twin brother? Mishka! Gishka!
What about that lady that really likes Aarakocra in Waterdeep? What was her name? Maybe she would have like some idea for spells, because she's the one that was giving you stuff for your book of spells and things like that. Plus, she seems to have a rather keen interest in the Aarakocra species.
Was there Alagondar?
That's your last name. You're Moriana Alagondar. Yeah.
Oh, that's your last name? Oh.
That's your last name, is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was something else.
Okay. As you are, obviously, Lady Lariel is around. When you sort of talk to her and ask her about places to do some research, places to find information, her eyes narrow a little bit. Her emerald eyes start to sort of have a glisten in them. She considers. She sits there and goes, "In your travels, you've not been. Do you not know about Candlekeep? It's the archive of the whole of the Farun. It's anything but anything is found there. It's way south. But we have ways of getting there faster, of course. As she opens up a letter, she sort of scrolls through it, and you see in her the most perfect calligraphy style handwriting in the world. She gives you a letter of introduction, and she says, "Give this to the Tomekeeper, Alden Silverhand. You must also as you see her go through her books. This will do." And she gets out, and you notice this book's been handwritten, and it's entitled "A Bibliography of Lady Lariel" by her own hand. She's Candlekeep have some strange rules. Even I am not exempt from the rules, but the rules are: you require a gift of book, a book that they do not possess in their collection, to gain entry to Candlekeep. No one has this book. And she gives it to you and she says, tell them to guard it well.
We will.
If you wish to get to Candlekeep, there's that is definitely an item. What if you're looking for information on artifacts? You need maybe I suppose with the everyone knows your group, so that won't be you see her like mentally ticking things off in her head. You need access to the vault of artifacts. That is where all information of the realms where artifacts are gone. Probably you've not found much in your travels when you were looking around. It's one of the things that knowledge such as artifacts is tried to be kept away from normal folk. It's too dangerous, too damaging when things can happen. And as she starts to, you see that she's over. Yeah, of course you know that, and you know the dangers. But talk to them. Get to the vault of artifacts, and that would be a good start in this for information to do with the Ring of Winter. That would be. As you see her, she's. It's not something we generally would recommend going. It's whilst you are there, just be careful. There, knowledge can be dangerous.
That's in Candlekeep.
Especially when at Candlekeep. You need to go to the Vault of Artifacts. But one thing to bear in mind is the Avowed, and she explains the Avowed are like the keepers of Candlekeep. They don't like they very much try to keep the knowledge of artifacts away from the public. But she said if you mention that you are seeking information on countering an artifact's corruption, they hopefully will be able to assist, especially given your recent accolades and the recent achievements of the group. It's not something that most people, to be honest, I've only been in the Vault of Artifacts once in my lifetime. It is a very, very much sought after area within Candlekeep, but please. She writes it all the way down. She goes, oh, also, one thing to bear in mind, if you find any books written by Acarus of Calimport, just ignore them. He is a fraud. He's a fraudster. We've disproven his work a number of times. Don't know why they keep his information in the keep, but research these days, if you can't disprove it, it's unfortunately that's been disproven. So if you do find anything from Anachrist of Caliport, please just ignore it. Just they keep the books even when they're not 100% correct. But so that's. Is there anything else I can do for you whilst we're here?
Thank you, Lady Lariel. You've been a great help.
And she writes down 6 symbols on a piece of paper and gives them to Pleep, and goes, teleportation circle I'll get you to the courtyard of Candlekeep when you need to go there. But obviously, please keep us in the loop, see what's happening. If there's anything else you wish us to do, Sir Timothy was one of the best people we knew. We need to get him back as soon as we can.
Thank you.
Does Bork still have contact with the other parties? Weren't you sending messages for a long time between Blandina and I don't remember who the other party is? Quint,
I would
think is one of
probably
them.
have contact with Quint, but not
Seems like they've
Blandina.
been doing some pretty good work too. We can recruit them.
Because Blandina died.
Oh.
As far as you guys know, Blandina died.
She faked her death, basically.
Might not be a bad idea to let them know what's going on and see if they have any information. They've been doing a lot of research too, kind of the same goals as us.
Ticky tacky, send message to Quint. Quint, you can respond if you want. Ticky tacky, ticky tacky.
Who's Puent? I don't know. I don't know who's Puent. Puent who?
Flint Hammer. I mean, king of Adbar or whatever.
Akbar, because it's
Akbar,
always
that's right.
yeah. Okay. You as soon as you sign that off and sort of you mention that Tim's missing, and you mention that, you get a rather gruff response from Puent saying, "I'll be in Waterdeep. Give me a day."
Oh. This little cleric is a game changer, just in case you guys were
Oh
wondering.
boy. Quint also knows that Blandina is alive because Blandina randomly showed up in his fight.
Yeah, I think that was just a apparition because she vanished straight after as well.
That's
I
also
have no
true.
flipping idea. I think I was high at that point because I don't really know what happened at that point. She appeared, she did some shit, and then before I even got to say, "What happened to you? Were you alive?" she vanished on me again. So you're looking at, you obviously got a lead with Candlekeep. You are looking at, you're calling in some favors from the other groups to see what information they know. And you are looking at getting hold of the giants.
What
So
about the
how
White Wheel?
and the White Wheel?
Yeah.
That is another one.
Mhm.
How do you want to contact, and what do you want to do with the White Wheel?
Well, they're the
Sir,
ones who,
Sir Timothy's instructions.
they're our paycheck, so like they have some kind of contacts. They're the ones who've been paying us for all of our tasks.
What?
Rendell, what was his name? It was Rendell, right?
Randall at the White Wheel. Here, that's what I was-
I just have Rendell, proprietor of the White Wheel.
Which white wheel? Which
Branch?
yeah, which branch?
I don't know.
That was in Bryn Shander.
My notes aren't that deep.
Rendell was in Brinchander?
Randall.
Yeah.
Bryn Shander.
That's actually a valid point here. What do you guys, does Noynek and the Revengers know about the White Wheel?
Nothing.
They pay us for doing stuff.
No.
Let me see how many times it pops up in my my notes here.
I'm so dead.
Best outdoor shop is what I have.
We buy really good products from them, and they pay our
We had
bills.
him for this.
As you come in, there's a little board up, and they go, "We didn't expect Tim to die." Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. They're holding a book on which the Noynek and the Avengers first fell.
I tried my best.
No, it's valid. I'm just trying to figure out, what does Noynek and the Revengers know. I'm
on.
not.
I'm reading.
I'm not
what I know.
sure what you guys know about the actual.
We don't.
No.
We don't know that it's run by Connor, and that it's running parallel in slightly a different way than the Gendar or not the Gendar.
That's what I mean. It's quite hard to ask for help from an organization you don't know exists.
Yeah. We just know that it's a store with really good products.
I've got something about dishing out White Wheel tokens.
Conversations with Connor though.
Rendell knows something about the wishing well.
I could tell that he had some kind of experience. Experience is what I was gonna say.
I have one point where Tim said that we need to go to the White Wheel to get paid. Yeah, that's all I got.
They're the ones that contracted us. But that's all we know.
Yeah.
But guess who will know in one day when he arrives? That guy.
Puent doesn't actually. I don't think Puent knows.
Oh God.
I don't think he does.
Nobody knows. The White Wheel hired us and contracted us to go do the things, and that was it.
No one's, and they've not done anything shady for people to even look into them. They're just a store that sells goods. It's the ultimate cover, and no one's broken it yet.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Tombstone.
Thanks, buddy.
Would Nelly Grandbelly
What? Who's that?
know anything? The caretaker of Tim's old home?
Oh, Nelly Grandbelly, yeah. She's probably dead.
Probably.
I can be Nelly. I'll hang on. Oh, I'm standing right here.
Tim's
What do you
family has
mean?
fever at the
Oh,
Wicked
Nelly
Well.
Grandbelly right here. Now, let me tell you, you should go check out the White Wheel. They're a valuable source of intelligence.
Yes.
Okay, so you got the Candlekeep one, which I think is a really good idea to go and find some information out there. You've got how do you plan on getting in contact with Zephyros and/or Hecaton?
Man, I can't even remember where we left Sephiroth last. I don't know. I would
We
say
haven't lost one, right?
ask Moriana for something that would be
Dropped
a mind altering herb and burn it and wave it in the air a bit. That might lure him in.
We could try that.
I mean, that's as good a guess as any, I think.
So good. I like that idea. That's a good.
We could. I hate to offer this up, but we could split the party in 3 ways. 2 of us go to Candlekeep, 2 of us go to the White Wheel, 2 of us go to Zephyros or whatever else we're gonna go do. And
The White Wheel at the moment, unless you want to buy something, that's all that's there.
well, a book on the Ring
Unless
of
you've
Winter.
got other contacts that can leverage those sort of things. Because the Harpers, you said the Harpers might be able to help you, which is a valid thing. Maybe the Harpers can point you in the direction of the White Wheel. So, who do you know? Who's currently your favorite Harper?
Ooh, I don't know.
Also Lariel.
Don't forget about Liam Neeson.
Oh, Liam Neeson. Hell yeah. He's my favorite.
We got Zasbar. Sleep is unable to say the word Harpers.
Because I don't think any of you joined the Harpers, did you?
No.
No.
They did help us though.
Yeah. But who helped you from the Harpers?
Thurtel Mellardin.
Where was she again?
So they teleported us at Waterdeep.
Waterdeep, yeah.
Yeah, she's the one of the she controls the portal.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so we're looking at the helpers to find some. So currently in Waterdeep, you've also got Lady Lariel that's helped you and said go and see Candlekeep. Here's some information. So Candlekeep's definitely an option. Harpers, you're going to go and talk to the portal keeper and see if she can get you in contact with one of the more sort of. You all know the Harpers. Harpers are like that. They are the classic secret that isn't a secret. Everyone knows the Harpers exist. They're kind of that. You don't know who is a Harper. You obviously know a couple of ways in, but it's you know what they do. They are like kind of. It's that secret that's not a secret. Everyone in the realms knows about the Harpers. So you go and talk to the portal keeper. She gives her condolences for Sir Timothy, and she says, "I'll pass on the information to."
She's like sad. Anyways.
No, she's sad. she goes through and she goes, I will get this through to my yes. I'll get someone to come talk to you at the Yearning portal later on this evening. I'll put some information out for you. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, sad tidings, but we'll find a way. We'll definitely find a way of helping you. Later on that day, whilst you're in the Yearning portal, Mert, the owner of the Yearning portal, comes up, puts some drinks on the table, sees you're a little bit solemn. He sits down and he's like, should do this more often, really, especially with customers that I've known for as long as you. How can I help? Looks at each of your eyes as he looks over at Pleep, who's the main initiator for the Harpers. He sort of just gives you a little wink. I hear you need some help.
I want to explain what happened to Tim. That he took the Ring of Power or the Ring of Winter, and it consumed him. And we're trying to figure out a way to bring him back, to break him out of the spell and restore him, and also to destroy the Ring of Winter again. It's been done before. It is. So if we figure we can find a way to do it again, but also to save our friend. And if there's any type of information that we can find that's to help us out, that's what we're trying to do here.
Well, he goes, if I knew someone that would be able to assist you, the only person that I would probably go to is our Lore Master Ethereal. Very very respected sage of artifacts. Yes, interesting. If you go to the Cliftwatch district in Waterdeep, there's an antique shop called the Forgotten Tomb. It gives you a token, and as you look at the token, it's a Waterdeepian coin, but as you turn it over, it's got the symbol of the Harpers on it. I would talk to them. See what Lore Master knows. The Lore Master.
Is there anything we can do for you here?
You have done more than you could ever repay your group. As he gets up, you see an instant demeanor sort of change, and he goes back to his buffoonish sort of money laundering type, Mert type person that doesn't. But it's like, you're like, he's never acted like. Oh wait, he's the contact. Mert. Since when's Mert been in the flipping? God, he's kept that a secret. That's just. Yeah. So, but you've now been given a token to go to see Lord Master Ethereal.
Ethereal in Cliftwatch district.
Yeah, it's in I've got a coin, and you've been given an antique shop called the Forgotten Tomb, or Tome. Sorry, Tome. It's an E on the end, not a B. Tome.
Hey, Brungal, thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. Well,
So
go ahead and head there.
I think you're still talking to Nellie Greenbelly. Well, so you married old Tim. I knew him since he was in knickers.
As you approach the Forgotten Tomb, you look, and this is probably one of the most nondescript houses or shops you've ever seen in your life. It looks it's like just a standard antique shop. Its weathered stone facade features a faded sign depicting an open book with a key laid across its pages. As you enter, the front of the shop is just completely unremarkable. Cramped aisles wind towards towering bookshelves holding various historical texts and minor curiosities. Behind the counter, you see an elf, possibly the oldest elf you have ever seen. You've never really seen an elf that looks old. This elf looks old.
Probably knows a lot of lore.
Maybe.
Been around.
Yes.
Let me ask, Lore Master Ethereal?
Yes.
I was sent here with the idea that you would be able to help us be answer some questions. I show her the coin, the Harper coin.
She goes, please. As she stands up very much, got a cane. She walks in the world, possibly the slowest walk ever to the front door. As she gets there, she just latches it. She comes back and she says, "Wise traveler, how can I help you today?" She takes the coin off you and she looks over it.
So I want to mention the Ring of Winter again. So we have the ring. It's about the Ring of Winter. Our friend, colleague, and family he's been taken by it. It took him over. He wore it. Kind of wore him, and now he's under its spell. He's enslaved, and it's using him as a vessel to wreak havoc in Neverwinter.
As she does that, you see her. 2 seconds. And she holds her hand up. She clicks her fingers. As she does that, a book just floats over from one of the other far up Lansdowne. She's like, this one may. She starts to go through it, and you reckon, the book front on this is called "The Falling Light: Chronicles of the Summer Court, War Against the Eternal Winter." As she goes through, she's like, "This is one of the treaties of what's up." Interesting. She says, "Just bear in mind, the origins of this ring predates even Elven memory. It's been claimed that this was forged in the final breath of a dying deity. Others say it is a splinter of the endless ice that existed before creation. But what matters not is its beginning, but the intent woven into the creation. This ring, as you know, grants mastery over ice and cold. It also extends the bearer's life unnaturally, replacing warmth with frost. In your paladin's case, his oath makes him particularly receptive to the artifact's influence. His powers likely been served. However, what do you wish to know about the ring? What can I find? I have some books we can go through.
Well,
but I need some guidance from you.
I get the store. The ring is old and it was forged a long time ago beyond Elven memory. Thank you for telling me that. But also that this has been destroyed before. The ring has been severed into 3 different parts, so it must have had some type of bearer in the past.
Yes.
So what do you have any type of history or knowledge on that, how it occurred, and then if it's repeatable? And also what happened to the one that wielded the ring?
Well,
Good question.
That's why he's please.
I appreciate your concern, but I have to correct you on a number of minor technicalities. The ring has never been destroyed; it's only been broken.
It's fair.
So, just to say, the ring has not been broken, has not been destroyed. It would be gone if it was destroyed. So, I know I'm correcting, but it's I can't abide by slightly inaccuracies on these sort of things.
Right.
So,
No, I understand. Oh, I understand completely. Words matter, and
oh, yeah, sorry. But so, what do you wish? Do you wish to destroy this ring, or do you wish to sever its bond with the host?
first part, yeah. Sever the bond with the host safely, and then destroy it.
Well, that is a very poignant answer, Mr. Pleep. You notice you didn't even say her name, but she just knows who you are. Had you simply asked how to destroy the ring, I would have sent you away. Destruction of an artifact of this power rarely are successful, and they simply just reform elsewhere. There are, however, methods to sever artifacts' bonds with its hosts. There are always ways that can be done for that. Goes through a book, then a book comes down. This is the Chronicles of Abir, so it's Abeir. It speaks of 5 artifacts of summer that are able to potentially counteract or slightly mute the ring's power. Find the passage. She starts scrolling through the passages. Here it is. This, when the cold one comes, seek the 5 flames of renewal.
We lost our leader.
Lost Noynek.
He'll be back. We have 2 Pleeps now.
She said some more artifacts to nullify
Yes,
the ring's magic.
Yes, there are other artifacts out there that are of polar opposites to the Ring of Winter. In fact, you may. I'm sure you guys have heard of the Megrim that currently has been defeated.
No.
The Megrim is a elemental power of pure fire. That would be an item that could potentially help with counteracting the Ring of Winter. But the one I would recommend, she goes through, she begins at this one, is called the Heart Flame Amulet. It's the last recorded was in the possession of the Knights of the Shield in Baldur's Gate. I'm not sure where it's been, but it's been a few hundred years since that's been seen. But that item itself would be able to point you to some of the other artifacts of summer that you need to be able to do this. The issue, I correct myself constantly. The epitome of this is to say that the Ring of Winter is one of the most powerful artifacts in existence. The artifacts of summer, you'll need a number of them to be able to counteract. From the annals of history we've got here, there was they found 3 of them. They bringing these 3 in close proximity to the bearer of the ring, managed momentarily for that ring to lose its connection to the host. And during that brief moment of turmoil, that they were able to pull the host free. And then yes, and so you see, as academics do, they get quite in depth on this. They start scrolling through. Yeah, that was the last time. Yeah. And she goes through and she gets a couple of paragraphs out, and she shows you, and she shows that the ring was momentarily disjoined from the host, and the host's mental fortitude and devotion was able to shatter the artifact into 3 pieces. And she says, seems to have a penchant for. Did you say Sir Timothy was a paladin?
Yes.
Man of oath.
Man of faith.
Yeah, that's.
An oath keeper.
It does seem to have a penchant for locking on to people that have that mindset, as if it needs someone of noble cause to get the best out of his powers. But last time this happened, 400 or 500 years ago now, it was a paladin then as well. But once it had been severed, the connection, that momentarily he was able. There's not much writing about it, unfortunately, but all it was his oath was able to shatter the ring. Not sure how that was done. It's not too much detail of that. But
his oath was able to shatter the ring.
Yeah, it was as if something within him, once freed, burst through and managed to shatter the ring. But
maybe there's no documents on it, any type of like divine intervention, any type of deity.
There may be,
maybe that.
Not in my collection here, unfortunately. There may be something you might be able to find elsewhere, but this does definitely highlight that it is possible. This is it's not a book that I generally read. This one, I don't know all of them by heart, unfortunately. But if you wish, she sits there and she puts a book down. She casts a spell, and an exact duplicate of the book appears, and she gives you a copy of the Chronicles of Abir. She says, "It is exactly right, down to even the markings in the sidelines. Every stroke and every notation is the same as the original. Please."
What's it called again?
The Chronicles of Abir. Abeir.
Do you think the fine folks at Candlekeep would know more about this, or would they have the same book?
As you say that, you see actually, Pleep and Bort, could I have a insight check for you guys? You might do some rolling of some dice for this as well. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons after all.
Ooh, a 10.
9.
You think you saw something like as if like
in our fashion.
Yeah.
In your fashion. Yeah. I can't roll everything for you.
No,
Yeah,
it's just like we're
Well,
just standing there going,
that's what happens. We're like,
that sounds pretty good.
Okay, do it.
Yeah. You thought
I
you
believe her.
saw some sort of shift in her, but it's quickly recovered. She was, the vaults of artifacts in Candlekeep
Summer Queen.
certainly hold information that may be useful. I've just not ever been able to set foot in there to see it.
Did they mention her?
Mm-mm.
I'll look at Pleeps like maybe we should go there.
That's a good place to start next, definitely. Thank you for the knowledge and the Chronicles of Abir. Can I look through it now, the book, and see after perusing it, just for like a few minutes in front of her, just to give a moment, just to kind of see, like you would like kind of thumb through a book. Do I find anything interesting or anything that stands out in a few?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
As
you are going through that,
intelligence check or something to like.
Yeah, have an
fast.
investigation check. Investigation check for you, please.
All right. And dirty 20.
Nice.
We're good when it matters.
So as she's doing that, she's talking to you as you're going through, and she goes, "Did you say that it was?"
The roll itself wasn't good. It was an 11, but I have a +9, so.
Yeah, that's fine. It's the overall score that matters. It's the overall score that matters.
So, but
as you're going through, you capture a few little things on there, and you according to the Chronicles, the Ring of Winter doesn't possess its bearer as commonly believed. Rather, it forms a symbolic relationship, amplifying the bearer's power and slowly transforming them. So it's not like a possession. It kind of gets its claws in and then sort of slowly might. And that's why it's not as easy to just take the ring off. It's kind of helps them out.
So Tim is still there. It's using everything
Tim is definitely still there. Yes.
Beneficial for Tim, like his empathy, his caring, right? His not only that, his honesty, his resolve is all there. So that's all wrapped into one, and it's just amplified, but only to benefit the Ring of Winter.
Yeah. It's the good news is from this. The first bit you've got is that Tim is still there. He's not been overwritten. He's not been.
So maybe also in this too. Speaking of oath, so his strength and oath to his deity would be even stronger, and potentially his love for Moriana.
Yep. And you start to go through very well. And next line that catches your attention is. Even the internal winters remembers the turning of the wheel. Seek the solstice of light when the ring of winter cannot be in power when summer exists. So it's one of those things that ebb and flow. The ring of the winter is never eternal. It never lasts forever. It always comes on a cycle. So something that you're able to, it's. And as you're a clever person,
eternal winter is like subjective. Okay,
it's subjective, and also what you got to bear in mind is that if the ring was all powerful, as it seems to be at the moment, why aren't the whole of Furin always in a frozen wasteland?
Exactly, and if it was all powerful, it never would have been destroyed in the first or broken in the first place. So that's what we're here to figure out. And this helps. Wow, good stuff. Oh. So what are we gonna do with that knowledge? Who's with me right now?
You and Bork.
All right, what are we gonna do with that knowledge, Bork? What do you think?
Well, it sounds like we need to find out more about this something of summer. Find out the other artifacts.
Artifacts, yep.
But also whatever this solstice of light or something of the summer, and see. I think Candlekeep is going to be. Maybe Candlekeep has the rest of the answers.
It does. Also, did you mention the oh my goodness, the Knights of the Shield.
The Knights of Shield they have one of the artifacts, or did. They wouldn't.
Or did, but hundreds of years ago, right?
Right. So they probably don't necessarily know all of the intricacies of the ring. They probably know about the amulet, but not the ring.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Could be a place if we can't get further. Do you happen to have a masking ethereal?
Yep.
Do you happen to know or if there's any type of teleportation circle to Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate, I'm not sure of, but I'm sure the Lords of Waterdeep, if they have got them, or even maybe you're contacting the Harpers will know of others. I very rarely leave this shop. It's and obviously, please don't mention to anybody that I'm here. As this is this knowledge here is for research and of the Harpers only. You've been granted a great honor to even know that this exists in Waterdeep.
Well, this is the shop. What do you have for sale?
Actually, nothing.
So since I'm a perfect map, I'll let Pleat know. Like, well, Candlekeep is not that far from Baldur's Gate. It's just down the road. So we can hit both of those within.
I say this may be a shop, but let's just say it's been a very long time. In fact, I can't remember the last time anything was actually sold.
Well, if you ever need help with something, a task or a deed or something that you know, I pull a feather from myself. I give it to her. Be like, you can scry and find me easily, and I'll come in.
I appreciate it, and I wish you very good luck in your quest. as you go back together, you come back. The information is passed around between you guys to sort of say that there is some various things that we can do. Luriel is still there, just chatting to Moriana, ensuring that she's not about to commit genocide and kill the whole everyone in Waterdeep, because when druids go nuclear, there is usually great catastrophes. So
when they come back and tell us what they've learned, I look at Pleep and say, well, if there's artifacts of summer, does that mean that anything or anybody who represents summer can help break this?
Possibly. Let me go through the chronicles. Do I see anything in there?
You go through it. The chronicle that's there lists all the various things on there.
All right, investigate.
It does help.
22.
It does help with the summer and various things on there. It seems to be though that it does highlight quite a lot in there in terms of the being the Ring of Winter is one of the more in fact, in some passages ways, is described as one of the eldest artifacts that's been around. It's since time began type thing. That it needs to have something of equal weight to disrupt it. It's something that's not just something that's a bit warm, something that represents this. It needs to be of a polar opposite magnitude. And with the artifacts of summer, it's one of the reasons. Going through it a little bit more, you notice at the end that there is a section on the end called the Concordance of Warmth, which is a ceremony that joins the artifacts together into a chalice of summer, which is able, that when it has the epitome of its powers, is able to have the most chance of severing the connection. However, in the histories of you looking here, it has been done with a minimum of 3 and other connections. It just depends on what you want to do.
Well, I know that Tim is holding an artifact, but he has the power of winter. Is there anyone out there with the power of summer or fall or spring? You know, I just feel like there's probably somebody with this natural force of nature out there.
Well, the last people to have this this talked about the heart flame amulet. I mentioned that, and the last known people that may have known where this object was located is the Knights of the Shield in Baldur's Gate, and it's on the way to Candledeep if you want to go there. But I also have a portal, a teleportation scroll to get us to Candlekeep. And
also, Moriana, from this discussion, being a druid, you know that there are lots of primordial elements in the world and in the universe. You know that from the discussion from Pleep about the Megrim, which is the primordial of fire, that is something that is at a level of you're not sure how well that maps up to an artifact that has been designed and been poured in for centuries, the elements, but it's definitely something that could sway it in your favor if there's something that you're able to deal with. And also from your experiences as a druid, maybe you can contact your druidic circles to see if there's any sort of nature, sort of like fae or anything like that is in relation to summer and various things like that you could send out sort of alarm bells on those sort of things and say, sort of, what can we do about that? From where you are, you know your circle is specifically around the winter, the frozen and the cold. So it's not an unusual thing to think that there are other druidic circles in other parts of the world that are more aligned to summer, spring, and fall. Right. See, I even said fall, not autumn. Do you see? Get me?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
We're Americans. We fall down.
That's awesome. Yes, because I feel like I would know that there's different fae out there.
Yep.
For summer, spring. for the different seasons, right? With me having summon Fae and some of my abilities.
Yeah, so that's what we can, if we can do with. So basically, what you've got from this, you've found the good news. Timothy is still there. He has not been overwritten. He has not been replaced by the Ice Dreadlord. That means he is savable. You are able to redeem him. There is a way that this is possible. You know that in the historically from the past, there has been a number of times that this has been achieved, and generally there is some connection between some other opposing artifacts that are related to summer. That's all positive news. Whereas you were a day or so ago, where it was, hey, is even Sir Timothy alive? Is it even possible? The way he treated Noynek, it was kind of like, no, there's no way Timothy would have done. There's absolutely, but you know now that in the past, the wielder of the Ring of Winter has been saved, has been redeemed. Going through the book, where you've got the annals, you're going through. There is the Chronicles of Adbeer. There's a number of different sections in it to do with it. Sort of dictates 3 comings of the ring, and 3. One lasted for 150 years of the frozen north. No one was until something happened and was able to. But this one now seems to have been someone that found the ring and that didn't have a connection to people, the place, and it solely corrupted them. The other 2 really only lasted a year, maybe 2 years, whilst the adventurers, the parties, even the various organizations within Farun were able to turn back, and of those, both those wielders were restored. So moving forward, you obviously can go to Candlekeep, find some more information out about the rings. You're looking at implementing, talking to the druidic circles to find more information out on that.
Yeah, I would like to know a little bit more about the Summer Fae. Am I taking too big?
Yep.
Or other summer artifacts.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
summer
we only know
artifacts. You know
2.
that you know 2 of the artifacts, but you know that hopefully that information should be in Candlekeep, because you got the vault of the artifacts for that. That should be able to help you with piecing together that element.
I have a dog on my foot.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Chad. Oh, hi, Bill the Master Crafter. I'm dead right now, so I can talk to you guys through that.
Oh,
You're not dead. You're simply locked away inside a dreadlord.
I'm in a coma. I have
like she said, you're still there,
yeah.
but you're amplified.
Just amplifying the wrong parts of you.
Oh.
okay.
I was like, ooh, oh.
I
Okay.
don't love winter, so we got to bring back summer.
Summer.
Okay. Moriana, with your you send out some birds that go flying around and talking to various people. You do hear of a circle called the Circle of Eternal Dawn. It is a druid that worship Lathander primarily, but they also revere Shanti and Sylvanas. They guard they maintain rituals that celebrate the summer solstice, and they are led by an arc druid called Solara Bright Oak, and they are based in the High Forest. And they say, come see us whenever you are free, and we can discuss what we're able to help you with.
Okay. Circle of Eternal Summer? So this is?
Circle of Eternal Dawn.
Dawn.
Solara Bright.
Solara Bright Oak.
Bright. I see another person drink beer, I'm gonna die.
That's not beer. That's Coke.
Oh, is it?
It's a frothy
It
Coke.
looks so yummy.
Okay.
No.
And she's in the Brightwood
I'll
Forest?
just paste a couple of paste a couple of things into the group for you, so
Okay.
you've got it. So you don't.
High forest,
Back to the grandfather tree. Wah, wah.
right? And the Star
Kara
Mountains.
called me a peasant because I'm drinking from the can. I just don't want to go downstairs to get a glass. I'm being lazy.
A high forest.
Why is drinking from a can being a peasant?
Okay, so it's more that I have like sensory things. I don't like tapioca. I don't like drinking out of a metal can, and
Yeah, but that's
so it's just that he's a peasant. I'm like I just.
I totally understand you not liking that. That's not his fault.
Oh, she's not drinking out of a can though, so we did wash out the glasses.
We've had some new homeowner issues crop up. And one of them is that the previous homeowners were clearly dog owners, and there's dog fur everywhere, and that includes in the drain of the dishwasher. And so for a little while, some of the glasses were tasting like dog hair.
Oh,
Nice.
So yeah, I was sitting there, we were having a beer last night, and I'm like, I have I guess a keen sense of smell, as you could say. Anyway, I could I was
Superpower.
smelling. It's a terrible superpower. Anyway, I'm on the glass. I'm like, this smells weird. It smells
Okay.
like a
So-
dog.
Obviously, I'm just saying we're only going from there half an hour or so. So obviously to see what we do. So there is a way forward. You've got some more things that you can do. You know that Tim is definitely able to be redeemed, and based on the information you've got from that the Chronicles, those with a strong moral sense and oath are able to be saved. They're just also able to be controlled because of the quirks of artifacts on this side of things. So you know that if anyone can survive this, Sir Timothy can.
I'm back, baby.
I'll come get you out of the winter.
Unless I leveled up, because I got some pretty cool spells and you don't want those. If I'm a bad guy. I have 4th level spell slots now.
Now think of the smitey damage you can do with that.
It stops. It caps. I've reached the cap of smite.
Level 75 smite.
No, you've reached, as a player, you reached the cap of smites.
Oh, but as a monster.
Oh, don't hurt us like that, Pete.
Oh no. Oh no.
You get a new spell called Smote.
Smoke, you just don't. I get Death Ward though, so that's pretty clutch. I can be like, Pleep, Death Ward.
No, you death ward yourself because you don't care about them at the moment.
Oh yeah. Oh. Merle. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. This keeps getting worse.
With an AC of 73.
Remember, you're not on their side at the moment.
A small portion of him is still on our side.
Yeah, the side that's giving her all the notes and the artifact character sheet of the Ring of Winter. That side. I mean, if I have my Ring of Winter open and it's like right here, I'm like,
it's okay. It's not a problem because I can just rewrite history.
That's true. Reddit notes.
Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. So you know where you need to be looking now. You also know that Tim is able to be saved and going forward. Your next steps are going to be Candlekeep, going to be finding some information about the vault of the artifacts. See that the Avowed is able to help you locate and find information. From talking to Lore Master, you understand from the lore master that the terminology is ultra important when dealing with academics. They are like the most anally retentive person on the planet, as if anyone's ever dealt with academics, they will know this.
So they're basically fake.
So, they're worse than Fae. They're like lawyers.
I'm convinced lawyers are fake.
Yeah, exactly. So you know that from where your work, the thing is not to ask how to destroy this item. It's how to sever the connection between Timothy and the artifact. The destroying of the artifact is something that can come later. That's at this point, your move is to get Tim out of the control of the ring. You know, Puent is on his way back to assist.
Have the Magrum? Does Puent have the Magrum?
He might do.
I don't remember if that. I just don't remember from the session
He currently had, in the last scene, there was just the arm of what's his face, and he pulled the arm and the flask out. So for all intents and purposes,
in the flask. It's in the flask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your guys' epilogue is after we get back, or those guys. They're Gary just let us know that the internet went down. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I had to check the weather. I wasn't sure if that front went through there.
And, whatever wind that hit us in Texas probably just blew over there. It is gusty.
Yeah, it slammed us last night.
Yeah, it was wild.
Okay. So on that, we'll just go through a little bit of a slight epilogue-y thing for Tim. Tim, as you watch through eyes that are no longer your own, you feel yourself standing on top Castle Never Ember's highest tower. The ring of winter pulsating on your finger. Your subconsciousness floats somewhere behind, but his actions, you feel a prisoner in your own body, yet strangely complicit. The ring doesn't simply control you. It's awakened something within that you find terrible beauty which unfolds below. The way the ring alters your being in a way that makes you want this ring even more is one of its more sinister things. The castle stones beneath your feet are already rimmed with frost, beautifying crystalline patterns spreading outwards from where you stand. Your breath no longer fogs in the cold, it has simply become cold. The city was misnamed, he hears. Neverwinter. The arrogance of fire. Tim raises his hand, the ring glowing with an intense blue-white light. Power surges through him as he feels a connection to the fundamental forces of ice and winter expanding outwards. The sensation is intoxicating. Part of him recoils in horror, but the other part, has that part always been there? Has a joyful reaction to crystalline perfection of what's becoming. First, the snowflakes begin to fall. Not the gentle snow of winter memories, but sharp, angular crystals that slice like tiny blades. They swirl in unnatural patterns, forming sigils in the air before dispersing. The citizens below look up in confusion. Neverwinter has never known the true winter, thanks to the magical heat sources beneath the city. Sir Timothy fills the ring, seeking those heat sources, guiding his awareness downwards. Through the stone, the earth, the network of hot springs and magma chambers that have kept Neverwinter warm through countless winters. He senses the fire elementals bound there eons ago, its ancient consciousness recoiling as it detects him. Your service ends today, the Ice Lord whispers through Timothy's lips. Eternal winter comes. The ring's power lances towards it like a spear of ice, striking the heart of the elementals. Tim feels the pain and resistance in a terrible moment of triumph as ice begins to form around the elementals, not extinguishing it, but imprisoning them, corrupting its heat into a twisted inversion that radiates cold instead. Above, the transformation accelerates. The harbour begins to freeze, which is never frozen in the whole history of Neverwinter. Trapping ships in rapidly thickening ice, sailors abandon their vessels, carrying what cargo they can and flee towards the gates. The ice spreads impossibly fast, crackling and groaning as it reclaims everything. Citizens cannot flee quickly enough as they stumble and fall on the streets, as slowly the ice turns them to living statues. From the north, a massive shadow passes overhead. The Dracolich returns from its voyage. It lands on top of the frozen mountain in a city square, ice spreading from wherever it can see. Timothy, you hear, you talk, it's not you. You hear, beautiful, is it not? What burns must eventually cool, and what lives must eventually die. This is the perfect ending to all things. As he talks to you directly, Tim, and you, Mr. Paladin, with your oath to protect and preserve, you understand this truth better than most. This is not destruction. This is the preservation of life. Timothy, you sort of recoil against this. There's no way that this is part of you. There's no way you can be saying these words. But the terrible logic resonates. This is preserving. This means that this will be here forever. And surely that can't be a bad thing. However, you now, as you turn around, you see the sign that once was welcome to Neverwinter. The end's been crossed through. It's now called Everwinter.
Dun, dun, dun.
As the sun sets, the Aurora Borealis appears, dancing across the sky. Normally, you're far too south to see such a phenomenon, but it is what it is. The magical light reflects off the ice-covered city, creating a spectacle of cold beauty that would take one's breath away. If there was any warm-blooded creature that could survive long enough to witness it. Timothy feels the ring's consciousness on its coming through. However, deep within Sir Timothy, his heart is there. He feels the heat, even though it's subdued, and the love and the admiration that he has for Moriana and for his party, Noynek and the Revengers.
My babies.
As he looks around, you see the Dracolich land, bow its head in acknowledgement to the Ice Dreadlord. Timothy talks to the Dracolich. The cleansing has only begun. As Timothy's last independent thought grows still and quiet, frozen in the perfect crystal of what he has become. There you go, Tim. You
What's
are
that?
alive. You are there, deep within you. You know it's, but around you, this is something that you did not expect to see. As I'm sure you guys knew that Neverwinter was actually on a steam of various natural things with elementals. I'm sure you knew all the lore, everything about that. Yeah. No.
No.
That's why it's called Never. That's actually the whole reason why it's called Neverwinter, because it's never had winter because of these. But you've sealed off yourself to protect yourself from the cold that's coming in, Timothy. Every now and then you can glance through, but in fact, you feel a slight tug from the south. You're sure Moriana wasn't there earlier. She is now. So she must be with your friends. And there's no way that Moriana, as part of the Avengers, will let this happen.
He does have locate creature level 4. Not to scare your party.
Are you trying to call Moriana a creature? That's not very nice. Yeah, look, you do definitely.
We're into creatures. I'll take that.
Locate person, locate creature. Yeah.
But there are definitely ways forward, and we can go through these in various epilogues and various things we need to do.
Or my griffin.
So it's not as gloomy and there's no tears this time. See, look, Kira's not crying though. But an ice age has started to form in Neverwinter. What could possibly go wrong?
And then they all lived happily ever after.
And then it was fine.
I will not stop until the winter's ended.
You gotta go to the high forest.
Yeah.
So, obviously we can have some talks what we're doing. Puent will come back in a day or so. Puent will, and from there we can decide what you guys want to do in terms of how you want to structure the sort of the various bits. What we'll probably end up doing is doing small 1 or 2 shots type things for each little bit that you need to do, and we can mix them into what we're doing with the other campaigns. Because otherwise, we're not going to leave Tim as a unredeemed Ice Lord. Because I think I'd be dead. I think I may die, and Tim would always hold it against me forever.
So you're going around now to be like, where do you go next?
Yep. So you've got, this is going to happen. This is going to be going for. So what's as a character, what does your characters want to do for the next, say, 30 or so days? Of what's your plans that you want to go forth and do? If you don't know off the top of your head, we can arrange those out of character in chats. But depends on what you guys want to do. And it also means that as a DM that can prepare some stuff, then you can actually have some idea of what you want to do before I have to sort of go and make up stuff on the fly, which is never a best thing in the world because it always gets a bit weird. So first of all, Tim, I'm going to start with you because you are currently an Ice Dread Lord, but you are able to resurface whenever you need to in terms of to see and to do stuff. Not sure what you can do with that yet. But is there anything that you want to try to work against this guy in any way? Or are you going to try to pretend to not be there? Or
yeah, I'm going to remember every time that I'm up. I'm going to watch all the things that the Dreadlord or the Ring is using to cool the place. Like, for example, those fire elementals, like, going to need those back. So when this ever happens, I can heal the city that I, am bound to rule, you know what I mean, as a Alagondar. Whether or not I'm the king there, I'm still bound to protect this city. And if I ever find out more about, the path to heal this friggin' frozen genocide that I'm doing, like, how do I...
How do you make good? How do you make good from this?
Yeah, exactly. Even though it's not me, but everybody's going to definitely think it's me. And
no, because you don't look like Sir Timothy at the moment. You look like this 12-foot,
7 foot tall Sauron looking thing.
hulking Sauron, a frozen Sauron, you think?
Nice. Cool. Tight. I might check my pecs in the mirror like one time.
It's not like it's not like your symbol of Alagonda's not like in pure display and it's like,
okay. But I want to keep track if I do have free will, I'm keeping track of weaknesses or anything like that that I could exploit. Yeah, we hear
Okay.
you, bud. Come here.
And Bork, what's your things for 30 days? What do you want to do? If there's anything that you're...
Aside from going to Candlekeep and
So you want to go
yeah, I think I'll go to
Candlekeep,
Candlekeep with Pleep, I imagine.
Yeah, that's where I want to go. Sorry, it was your turn, but
Yeah.
No, I figured that's what. We're doing research. Bork and Pleep are doing.
Is there anything
research.
else apart from the research? Is there anything apart from the research that you want to do? Because obviously it's 30 days. Is there anything that's specifically for Bork? I know that you've got a very urgent thing to do and you want to save Tim, because everybody wants to save Tim. But you need at least a bit of what... Is there anything that other things Bork would be doing?
Taking in as much lore as he can that will, because he doesn't know, he is new, he is still relatively new to Faerun. So if Candlekeep, I'm learning as much lore and about the people and everything about Faerun as I can.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Moriana, what do you want to? What's your sort of direction?
Well, I'm gonna gather supplies and put Kai in my pocket and grab my griffin and head to the high forest and search for the archfey.
So talk to the circle of the whatever I called them, the circle of dawn.
Eternal Dawn.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Circle of the
Eternal Dawn.
What was it?
Internal dawn. Is it?
Dawn. Let's see.
What were the guys from Star Wars called? Help me out, Kara. Something
Mon
Dawn.
Calamari?
Crimson
No.
Dawn.
Crimson Dawn. Crimson Dawn. They're not Crimson Dawn. These are nice people, okay?
Laria,
Crimson Dawn's. Crimson Dawn's kind of like the Zentarum, okay? You're not touching them.
and then maybe get to know a little bit more about Lathander.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
So ready for a beer right now?
Pleep.
That was out loud. My bad.
So as I'm traveling with Bork and fact finding, right, info gathering, I also wanted to try and see if there's any way to persuade anybody to kind of join us too. If there's any type of way we can defeat them, or way to seek out these artifacts as well. So not just recruiting knowledge, but but also recruiting people, recruiting help.
Yeah. And anything else? Obviously, you and Zora are obviously married now. Is there anything you guys want to do? Is there anything that you're doing on that arc at all? Because obviously you can't just go. Sorry, Zora, I'm going to go Candlekeep for a month. Screw you. That might not go down particularly well with the wife. That doesn't generally go down particularly well.
Doesn't I can teleport back and forth? No, it's just like I'm there for a bit and then I come back and we go to the nest, the hotel that we're staying in over in Waterdeep.
Is that go to the nest? Is that
The
what
nest.
that means?
Yep, that's what it means. Go home.
Interesting. Right. Okay.
Time to nest. Time to cuddle. Time to
go to the nest.
Reconnect.
That's a euphemism I've not heard before. So go to the nest. Right. Okay.
Go to the nest. So and it's not just it's not just for any type of carnal pleasure, but it's just for fun. I mean, just to reconnect, emotionally as well too, not just anything else.
Okay, Zora, what does the big muscle brain want to do for Zora?
So I'm going to spend some of this time seeing if I can reach out to those Yetis just for a little more muscle, because of course, it's Zora. It's always muscle. She's going to spend time training in the yard, right? making sure that the sword, the mace, all of those things are up to snuff. And then kind of secretly and with a little bit of help from Pleep, she's going to be dipping out to the various libraries and imposing upon people to see if they can help her learn to read. Because for 2 years now, she's been trying to learn how to read.
Perfect.
And of course, spending time with the husband.
She'll threaten
In
them, and then I'll be like,
in
no,
the
no,
nest.
no, no, no. You
In the
just
nest.
ask. Yeah, in the nest. In the
Yeah,
nest. You should see feeding time.
Oh no. Do you
I'm not
please tell
baby
me
birding you.
no, he baby birds you.
We're not doing that either.
Oh.
Oh man. Oh.
It's okay, Tim. You're still around. Okay, don't worry. You're still fine. Okay. So
Oh.
there's plans forward. Obviously, during this month, you do hear that the whole of the stronghold is disappeared off the planet, and interestingly, Baldur's Gate is no longer on this plane of existence.
No, Elturel.
Elturel is no longer on this plane of existence, and there's been some calamity that happened in Baldur's Gate just prior to that happening. There were some earthquakes and various things, but it didn't quite cause Baldur's Gate to have any problems. So the world is shifting. The once great heroes of Stronghold have all just disappeared. You are now the heroes of legend, and there's no one even there the previous ones have gone. They are, don't even know where they've gone. You don't even know when they're going to be back. But you have an aim, you have an objective, you know that you are going to find a way to redeem Sir Timothy. And however that goes and however that takes, you know that will be done. If there's a will, there's a way. The history and the knowledge that exists in the vaults of artifacts surely will be yours. No one will ever stop you being able to get that information. Moriana, your husband is waiting for you. You know he is still there. You know deep within you know you can feel him still there. So you know he's not gone. You know he's there and you know that all the power of nature will not hold you back from being able to at least be able to put him to rest if he's not redeemable. Because in your mind, the abomination of that he's been turned into this ice dreadlord is worse than death for Timothy. You know that it's not something that. But from the information your team have gathered, there's definitely a chance, a solid chance, to be able to recover a man of his moral compass and oath. If anyone can withstand the onslaught of the Ring of Winter, it's someone like him. So we had 2 hours. That's not bad. So we have got a way forward. We're doing that. We'll figure out what we're doing off stream about how that's going to be done. But there's definitely arcs to deal with to save Sir Timothy. And every time, just bear in mind, whenever you level up, guys, Sir Timothy levels up as well, because we've got to keep him in.
Nice. So do we level up?
No, you're level. No. You're level 13s at the moment.
Okay.
And what we'll do is because the way that we normally do these sort of things when it gets to after the campaign is we'll do a 1-shot, 2-3 shot type thing, and during that you'll level up during that session type thing. So it'll be a bit faster progression, but it'll be over the course of several months, if that makes sense.
Just have to find a good time for a one shot for everybody.
We'll find it.
Yeah, for the story.
it also means you have to remember how to play these characters and your old and your new ones that you're going to be playing in whenever we start those ones as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Sir Timothy is playing a really likable sorcerer.
Nice.
That was mustache.
Interesting.
Yeah. Antoine Hussain.
So
Need to check
it's
that.
good.
Dude, it's
And
over there.
Oh.
I'm not sure when we're playing when we're doing the if anyone knows, obviously we're going to be playing a game with another DM, and Sir Timothy and myself are actually going to be on the same side for the first time ever. It's going to be interesting, and we're brothers.
Oops, all
So-
halflings. I think every single person in the party is halfling. Oh, did we? Oh, there we are. Yep.
Just going to
That's
Drunken
cool.
Duck.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I think that one starts the second week of April, is what Charm told me last
Okay.
night. We're gonna sit together. We don't have to start we can start yours whenever you want. We can go and do that one, take some time getting into it, and then whenever you're ready for
Depends, Tim. Obviously, we've discussed a few things, and it depends on when we're doing. Obviously, it's always going to be on the same cadence. So we're still going to do it every other week, and it's also going to be for Kira and that we're going to do it on the same days that you haven't got your kids, because obviously it's not easy for you guys. I totally get that. So it'll make sure that we align it in the right order. I know Tim was on about potentially running something with Paladin of Mine. I don't know when he wants to do that.
Yeah, we'll just have to figure it out. One of these sacred days where we get a Friday or whatever, we'll do Super Newfound.
Because Timothy just wants me to play a Paladin for some reason. That's all it was. It's just.
I think you'd be great at it. But yeah, thank you so much, Pete. This has been awesome. We got to continue.
Thank you, Pete.
Yeah, get back after it.
So do you feel a bit better after this session than you did last session?
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah. We just got to get this
We're
crew
making
back together
progress.
somehow to get the first steps going. But yeah, then I'll feel better. You know what I mean?
There's
Like,
hope.
Oh, you have got the first steps. It could have been worse. All 5 of these could have just been going to a TPK in the next 10 minutes.
That's true.
It
Yeah.
was going that way.
Yeah, I was like, if that's what you guys want to do, that is an option. But then it may have been interesting
You
conversation.
guys are hunting down these artifacts. Got it. Cool. See you guys all at GaryCon, who's out there in the world. We're gonna try to like FaceTime you guys in and FaceTime you in, Pete, in certain times. If we run into a historical creature, if we run into someone cool, we'll get you.
An historical creature.
Like an Ed Greenwood, an Elaine Cunningham, you know what I mean? Dave Chenault, kind of those guys that did all the paintings and stuff like that for these things. But yeah,
It's okay. I am looking. As I said, I am looking at trying to get there next year. So
heck yeah, that would be a blast when we get this creature to go with us. And Addie will be older and she'll be able to hang out and enjoy herself and maybe run a table, because there's kids' tables there too.
and then what we can do as well, I see, is obviously even if we're not running tables, we can also play back in the house on our own as well. We don't have to be in front of people to play. We can actually have a round the table game.
Well, heck with that.
That's
Just
my favorite.
come down here in the summertime. Yeah, and we'll just rally here in Texas. That'd be great. But GaryCon's up, Skylar, if you want to just hit the old Raiderunia for those guys, and then we'll go visit. But thanks everybody for showing up. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna go get my beer on because I don't work tomorrow.
Nice.
I'm going to
Oh,
GaryCon.
cool.
Yeah.
So when do you are you off for the whole? You off for the whole week? And
Yeah,
then
I got to
following
plan
week?
tomorrow. I just need a second to think and figure out how to do. So basically, one session is going to be inside Gonalgrim.
Yep.
If you guys are watching out there, you're going to be inside Gonalgrim. Bruno Battlehammer is going to ask you to resupply and relieve a redoubt. It's the 3 R's. So they're going to have to sneak out through some tunnels. They'll make some contact, talk to each other, do some cool stuff. And then the other party on Friday is the group being relieved. So when these guys make it to go, if they do, to make it to the redoubt, the other party has to fight their way back to safety and resupply. It'd be kind of fun. It'd be a 1 health potion kind of.
What if they don't make it?
Oh man, you know the
No,
story's over.
what if the first party doesn't relieve the other party?
That's right. Yeah. Then they're going to be overrun and they're going to have to broken arrow it. And then, you know what I mean? Like head back to the Gonalgrim on their own. Yep.
Well, I'm
Brutal.
gonna try this again, so that everybody can see this new intro, and
cool.
then we will go to the raid. So we'll see everybody at GaryCon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.